Hello, how are you doing? I am trying something new here. Let's see, let's make a couple of quick adjustments. I just want to introduce myself uh, in this capacity. Um, you might have seen me streaming on my faith pages, but this is uh, going to be an introduction, and this is a test run. We're not going to get into any topics tonight, but this is a test run for what we will call Hodge Home Insight. And we're going to be doing weekly, maybe more than once a week, but at least weekly videos. And we're going to be coming on live, uh, answering your questions, educating and talking about the real estate market. We're going to be talking about mortgages and a little bit of investment. Just to give you a little background, a little history of, of who I am, and a little bit more about me if you don't already know. I originally got into financial industry in 1997 with life and health license. I went on to get property and casualty license and a Series 6 license. On the insurance agency, was an exclusive agent with Allstate. Also served a couple of terms as a local official in the city of Homestead, and I went on from there. And recently, well, a few years ago, well, quite more than a few years ago, got into the investment side of the real estate business, and then not too long after that, got my real estate license. I just recently, if you've been watching any of my posts, upgraded my real estate license to a broker license. So I am a broker associate at this time. Also, I have gotten my mortgage loan origination license, where we can provide loans for residential and commercial up to 200 million so far, uh, and as little as 50,000 HELOC loan. So whatever your financial needs are, we can help you with that. We also have the ability to do condos, which I know is hard to do in the greater Miami area, as well as land, which is very few lenders out there that do that. But we do have a little more than a handful that we can go to and try and get done for you. So some of the unique things that is difficult to finance, we're able to do that. And we're going to talk about those. We're going to talk about those financial difficulties in certain products and why there are challenges. And most of all, we want to deal with, investment properties. We're going to deal with fix and flips. We're going to deal with why and why not. We're going to deal with what to look for. We also going to look after our sellers, when and when not to sell, and we're also going to look out for our buyers, when and when not to buy. And we're going to cover uh, a broad level of information. And so this whole idea of going live on the different channels, and the Norman Hodge Group consists of myself and my wife, Consuelo Hodge. We are a husband and wife team. As you know, we do work together very well. I am one of the other things that we want to implement on these live shows will be. I know I'm saying a lot because I'm super nervous about doing this, so forgive me. We will get better at this and doing this. But one of the things that we want to implement is something to make it fun, interesting, and learning, educational at the same time. It will be I'm asking for a friend. So a lot of times we want to ask questions about things that we would like to have information, but we don't want people to know that we don't know. about certain things. So we're going to have a asking for a friend. So you can DM any of the channels, whether it's YouTube or whether it's Facebook, uh, Instagram, Twitter, or LinkedIn. On our LinkedIn account, you can send us a DM message with your question. And if you do not want to be identified with the question, don't worry, don't worry. All you have to do is let us know, and we will just simply do a answer that question on live video. Look like I have someone that's chatting in right here. Okay, Miss Culpepper, we see you. Uh, okay, I will check you out. Thank you. Um, Absolutely, we will talk about how to get involved with real estate as well, and we want to also deal with not only do we want to deal with learning about real estate, but one of the biggest issues that I have had in my uh, career thus far, and even in the financial industry, period, as a life insurance agent, um, I I'm a person that I'm curious. I like to know things. I like to get more information. I like to study things. I like to go deep into information. As a matter of fact, with my life and health license, I no longer practice life and health, but I maintain the licenses. I do have a couple of companies, well, quite a few companies that I'm licensed with. Um, but when I have to renew, I actually do the classes where it teaches you and helps you maintain your license as if you were uh, a planner, a financial planner. So I go really deep into that. And when I got my real estate license, I've done. Oh man, I think I've been to college of real estate. I've gotten my seller's representative license. I've got my certified international property certification. I've gotten uh, at home with diversity certification. I've done the buyer certification. I've done the probate certification. Um, I've done most recently, if you've seen the post, I've done the commercial certification or certificate. So and a plethora of other classes and courses along the way. So I do that because I feel like if you're going to get someone that represents you, you need someone that's educated and have the know-how and the knowledge and the experience in your situation, or that can help you in your situation. So we're going to talk about numbers. When somebody says, um, you know, the interest rate is going up, how does that affect you? When somebody says um, property values are stabilizing, or property values are up, it's a seller market, it's a buyer's market. We're going to talk about those type of things so that you are a well acknowledged individual. And back to what I was saying before I started spilling out all the educational things that I've done. My goal is to give you some knowledge I've experienced in this business, where I try to educate or share the knowledge that I've learned or that I have. And sometimes, a lot of times, we have in our minds the direction that we want to go, and we're not open to hear information that can help us make a better educated decision, a decision that will help us financially, a decision that will help us maximize the opportunity that we want to take. So I want to share that type of information because sometimes we don't know that some of these products or some of these opportunities are out there. We don't know if we can get done what it is that we want to get done. And one of the things that I want to talk about is sometimes and there's different strategies, but sometimes somebody buy their starter home, and we call that a starter home because that's your first home, right? And you get into that home, and or some individuals make plans to be there for the whole 30 years. But the idea of a starter home is just that, it's a starter home. And a lot of times when you're buying property, I'm already teaching. A lot of times when you're buying property, you get a mortgage, technically you're leveraging the mortgage to get access and gain access to that property. So over a time period, when you want to level up, you have equity in that first property that you bought that helps you level up to the next property. And in most cases, if done right, it's very little increase, because you can transfer the equity from one property to the next property, which helps reduce your new mortgage and keeps the payments down. Not all the time. It depends on the market and what you're upgrading to and all of those things. But I just want to share with you, when you buy your first property and you get a loan, you do not have to think that that's going to be your house for the next 30 years. You can stay in that house 5 to 7 years and then upgrade. And then there is a process that you could do where you could buy a new property, upgrade from one property to the next every 5 to 7 years up until retirement age. And now, if you've gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, uh, you will find yourself, you can then downgrade, or downsize. I'm sure you've heard about that, where people downsize in their property. They've grown their family, they've gotten to a retirement point, and they've gotten this particular home, and then they downsize to a smaller home. And what they do with that extra equity that they've built, now they can take those funds and put them into a retirement plan, and now they have income that they built by buying from one house to the next over the years. So those are the type of things that we want to talk about. Those are the type of things that we want to educate on, and we want to, talk about things like, I'm gonna shut off here pretty soon, but we want to talk about things like, like probate. When should we transfer the property? How should the property be transferred? We don't want you waiting till someone has passed away, and then you're figuring it out, because a lot of times it's more costly at that point. You don't want to do that. You want to plan ahead on how to do that and when that is done. If the property is going to be kept as an heirloom, or is it going to be sold and divided among the brothers and sisters? Those are things that need to be talked about, because a lot of times, if it's done at the last minute, there's a lot of emotions going around, and it's trust me, we've dealt with it more than once, and most times the family end up at a loss because of the confusion. One of the things that I've learned about in the state of Florida is, if you have a spouse that have children, and you or if you and the spouse, have children, and the spouse pass away, then you have 6 months to claim the property. If not, that property goes to the children, and you have a life estate. You can live there as long as you want, but after 6 months, if you haven't claimed the property, then you cannot sell that property unless the children sign off on you selling it, because the property actually goes to the children. It's just a life estate. You can live there. And there's little things like that that people don't understand or know. Now, I will tell you, I'm not practicing law. Disclaimer, disclaimer. And I'm not an accountant. I'm not, practicing being an accountant or tax, but I am telling you how laws do affect you in real estate, and basically what the law is. Not practicing it, not coaching you on that. I do have to disclaim that, but I do want to be able to share uh, little things that you need to know when it comes to real estate. And we want to talk about mortgages. We're going to talk about mortgages as well. On my website, I do actually have not only a mortgage calculator, but it's a mortgage pre-qualifier. So you can actually go in and put your bills in yourself, your income in yourself, and calculate up how much of a mortgage that you would most likely qualify for based on what you think your credit score is. So those are tools that we're gonna go over. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna discuss. And one of the things that we want to also deal with is we're gonna talk about the market. We're gonna talk about what the market is doing and why is it doing that. Why did the feds lower the interest rate, but the mortgage rates didn't come down like everybody expected? Why is that happening? Why is it 2 years ago properties was flying off the shelf and prices was jumping up, but today it's a little bit more cooled off. It's a little bit more settled. Why does the news say is property values are negative, but if you're in an area like Miami or Tampa, they're not negative? Why is that? Why are certain areas are different than others? And those are the type of topics that we want to hit on with you today, and we want to try and help you with. I'm going to go ahead and close. I appreciate the time that we have. Again, this is a test. This is a introduction of who I am, who Norman Hodge Group is. We're gonna just deal with different themes along the real estate market, but feel free to send the DM if you have any particular questions or any particular situations. That'll help us line up the videos that we're going to do or going live that we're going to do. Videos that will help you answer your questions if you have questions, if you have a situation, or if you have a friend. And that's the name of it. It's going to be asking for a friend. So if you want to ask for a friend, feel free to ask, and we will answer your friend's question. All right. So we thank you again for visiting this video. We're gonna do tons of them. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna be honest. I was supposed to do this a year ago, and I just worked up enough nerve to do it. I'm a little bit more comfortable now than when I first started. I'm not saying as much. Have you noticed? But we do want to be very useful to you, very helpful to you, and obviously at the end of the day, we hope that we can build a relationship and build trust, that we could be your representatives, whether you're selling a home, buying a home, doing a refinance, getting a HELOC, or not even in residential, but even in commercial. We're equipped to do that for you as well. Whether you want to buy a business, start a business, looking for a location for a business, or you need funds to help get your business off the ground. Not only the commercial loans, but we have access to point you in the right direction for a small business administration loan, SBA loans, to help you get started. So our goal is to be your one-stop shop source. And as we move forward, we're going to offer discounts for our services, because we do offer multiple services. We will be offering discounts as well for our services. So we hope that this is going to be a fun time, a learning time, an educating time, and as well as a profitable time for yourself and us, and that we can benefit from each other. We hope that I've already said something that may have taught you something, that has opened your eyes to some questions that you may have. But at the end of the day, we thank you again for being on with us. And feel free to visit our website. Is nhgrealestate.com. We did start out the website at global.realestate, but we found out or we opened ourselves up to more products than just doing the global standpoint. So, for example, the probate, the foreclosures, we can help you with foreclosure. Oh man, let me say this: do not wait to the last minute to talk to a real estate agent about foreclosure. If you receive that notice and you feel like you will not be able to make it, to maintain the property, contact the real estate agent as soon as possible. The earlier you contact them, the better. Hopefully it's me, but the earlier you contact a real estate agent, the more options you have. The later, the less options you have. And the earlier, the most of the time, better the profitability for you. Um, Later is usually less. So never wait till the last minute. I can tell you some sad stories that we've heard already that is not that's not welcoming. But I'm gonna stop rambling because in the next hour I have to do my faith live stream. So, but I just wanted to come on and just get my feet wet and get uh, my butterflies over with, and to introduce to you Hodge Home Insights. And so that's what it's going to be about, Hodge Home Insights. And we look forward for you to, you know, take this journey with us. Take this journey with us to the destination. And we wish you well. And we hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving holiday. And we hope that the holidays that are coming is going to be awesome to you. All right. And that's all we have. Until the next time, we'll see you. And remember that we have passion about people and property. Amen. That's why we're here. I don't know why I said amen. This is not the faith